we did this to Puff. Not necessarily me, but y'all. Like, to the point where I watch a different array of stuff. There's not anybody from I'm talking about whether I'm watching sports stuff, whether I'm trying to get information on home runs or different parlays and bets. Like, if I'm watching some dude traveling to Korea to eat different food, everybody is saying to know Diddy. Everybody kind of was like...
The kids saying that school is a banded term?
What? It's a banned term in the school? Yo, that's how wild No Diddy is, right? Because Pause was around long, but it was been stuff around that didn't take that long to get banned. That's really so. And just think about it. A lot of the stuff this the other part that people not paying attention to, right? Most of the crazy, outrageous things that got said that everybody was on, the dude Little Rob said that, right? But is Little Rob really a part of the case? No. The district attorney didn't want to hear none of that. So, son, like, a lot of the stuff that son said, like, all the Meek Mill getting... Yo, bro. Yo, I swear, man, this whole thing, really? Yo, bro. This whole entire thing, all the sex trafficking, all those things was really about Cassie and Diddy having a wild and crazy relationship and then recording it and having evidence.
I can hear too live now from Fox. I'm Eddie Mack. Almost 6 o'clock here on the East Coast as day one of the Sean Diddy Combs trial wrapping up in New York City. We had jury be seated, opening statements, and then some explosive graphic witness testimony early on. A live picture right now outside of the courthouse. We're awaiting any comments. We did see some of the family members for Sean Diddy Combs, the music.
Yo, watching all his kids and his daughters and all them walking up.
Has heard graphic allegations of the alleged sexual encounters, and his daughters walked out during that testimony. Phillips, the second witness of the day, said he...
Yo. A lot of this was behind the scenes, right? People trying to get money, and it spiraled out of control. Now your kids gotta... Yo, man, at some point, we need to have a heart. Yo, bro, man, I feel like, yo, as humans, we are greater than the joke or social media. Like, and I be doing a lot of joking, too. But, for some of us, it wasn't really joking. It was glee. It was joy. Sometimes you really got so much hate in you, you just want to see anybody go down. And meanwhile... Well, yeah, like I just said, that Cassie done told her dude, because that's what. But not only that, right? Hold on. She, like, at one point, she tried to quit. Thinking like, oh, you don't want to do it no more? What is it? Like, she hit him up like, oh, I really need to fuck. I'm trying to. Yo, bro, at some point, she was hitting him up about it. She said, Cassie said in the court, right? Yeah, I was. Sometimes I'm like Colin. I'm gonna do it because I ain't want him to do it with another female. That might be common. You hear females say stuff like that all the time, like about threesomes. Like, all right, man, like it is what it is. Like, I love my dude. I'm gonna get whatever. I might not have been that into it, but I'm gonna do it. I wouldn't want him to just try to go out there and randomly. We gonna do it like that. With niggas with no money. And no class, like no, just like regular. Ah, man, yo. Woo! Couldn't sue you, man. You might got lucky.
He was told by his boss that he was going to perform at a bachelorette party at the Gramercy Park Hotel, but when he arrived, he saw Cassie in red lingerie and a red wig. He testified she said that they would rub baby oil on each other and would see where things would go from there while her husband was there. Combs was allegedly in a corner in a white robe concealing his face with a bandana, but Phillips said he recognized Diddy's voice. He was paid a few $1,000s when he...
Now look. now that we at this point and we got more information, like I was saying before. So now we know at this point, how did it start? The freak-offs. Because they was fucking around and it wasn't going yet. It might take a little bit of time. He came and told her after a few months. But he said, hey. Basically, like, he told her, yo, I like, you know, I want a voyeur. Basically, I want to, like, it would, and guess what? Did he treat her bad after that? No, that's his real, like, kink, right? Because she said that he treat her better. Like, he was happy. He was excited. Because he getting some kind of pleasure from it. So the freak-offs ain't what was leading to what we think we seen in the hallway when he was hitting her. But once again, we don't know nothing about domestic violence. Ain't nobody that ain't been arrested or caught on camera involved in domestic violence ever participated in domestic violence. Because, of course, you in control of your emotions. Of course you will shoot a nigga for stepping on your sneakers. That's different. That's principle. That's keeping it real. But you and your girl arguing. Well, you know what, though? Y'all might be like, boo, not Cassie, but it's some other people that's witnessing, talking, telling different stories. Like, Cassie was kind of a different type of chick. Like, she might be on one. I don't think Cassie initially tried to get Puff locked up anyway. I think she tried to get some money. I don't know if I'm making that up. If I'm making that up and you watching right now, you see this on YouTube, Twitch, but if you're like, I ain't giving you the like, I ain't gonna subscribe, I'm on Instagram, I ain't gonna follow you, I'm on Facebook, I don't care, you ain't nobody anyway, you too little, you ain't gonna never get nowhere. Cool, I understand that. But right, she tried to get money first. It wasn't even like it wasn't even, she wasn't planning for this, right? When everybody start piling on and all that, talking about it, going on all the podcasts, bugging out. Somebody listening, there's a lot going on. Maybe when he did get into it with some folks, with some business, I don't know. But what I know is that the more they start talking about it, the more Cassie talk. It's starting to sound like they was...
He left. Phillips said this went on more times, meeting up at hotels or their homes, and Diddy would direct them while having sex. Now, a supporter of the alleged victims, Jaguar Wright, spoke out before court this morning.
I do believe there's going to be a lot of curveballs. I do believe there's going to be a lot of interesting things. And what I will say is, be vigilant.
Now, we all know Jaguar Wright from going on podcasts talking about Diddy fame. Because I don't know what she sung. In my mind, I was thinking the other day, like, who sung that part? Bad, 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 bad boy. I'm like, was that her? Like, what was she on? I don't know. But it might be some, but still, she don't even got, they just out there. All the people that talked about him, like, y'all not coming in there. I don't think they putting Jaguar Wright on. Nobody utilizing you. So basically, Jaguar Wright don't have no reason to be down there technically. District attorney ain't like, hey, yo, we need you to come sit in here because I'm going to be putting you. His lawyers ain't like, yeah, we want to cross. They don't believe none of this shit that y'all said. You, Little Rod, y'all just got lawyers trying to sue them in a civil case. But all the shit that y'all said will not affect one way or another whether or not he go to jail unless it has affected somebody on the jury. Unless some of the shit that they saying and said affects somebody on the jury. Social media vicious, boy. You better be on your P's and Q's.
We're getting started.
Is this a reckoning for the music industry?
Oh, it needs to be. Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't, I hope my presence starts that.
Y'all hear how she talking? She talking like she Kanye, but she Booye. She couldn't afford no security and none of that stuff going. Y'all ain't hear her son doing the interview? Yo, bro. Man, I swear, man, I want somebody to touch me so bad, man. Like, I can't even touch nobody and get in trouble. I can't even get no publicity like that. I'm just at the... And imagine if she like some other people. Imagine if she just like a normal person. Like, she just stone cold crazy and not financially literate and upset and mad. Yo. Gotta get that hatred out of there, man. Get that hatred out of there, gang.
Now, Phillips also testified that he witnessed Combs assault Cassie in their home and that he feared for his own life, but eventually befriended Cassie. Now, the person to testify before him was the hotel security guard who responded to the incident caught on surveillance video in that Los Angeles hotel back in 2016 when Diddy was caught on video assaulting Cassie. And he testified that Diddy threw a sack of money at him in their hotel room afterwards to keep quiet. That testimony resumes tomorrow with Daniel Phillips. And after that, Cassie Ventura is expected to take the stand. She is the prosecution's star witness. We're live outside the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Michelle Ross, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Michelle, and it's fascinating.
And so this was from day one. And day two, obviously, was today, because I was telling y'all a bunch of stuff that took place. And this is our first day actually really covering it. So I said, because if you watch on YouTube, my takes usually come a little behind because I don't give the same takes as everybody else. And that's what I think is dope about, like, especially on YouTube. And shout out to you if you see this on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, put something in the comments. Check out other content and shit too. I'm different, man. I think different. My mind just a little bit more open, man. And I understand sticky situations. I was saying today to somebody, like, based off the decisions I made in my life, like, I'm used to having things put in my face. Not like, people putting things in my face, but like having to live and walk around with something that's outrageous that most people on the planet think is crazy as hell and outrageous if they don't know me, if they didn't meet me, right? So when they meet, it's like, oh, okay, no, maybe not. But most people, if you just got like black and white readout of me at a certain point or whatever, it's nothing else there. It's like a ghost life, right? Like I remember like when I was well past the age to never have like employment history and just different things like that, right? But having to live with it, so having to sit down in front of people like I'm on parole. Like I said, I can't go on parole and be like, you know what, I'm in it, I didn't do it, man, listen, like, I'm having to be a part of in situations like, I remember it was a time when they was like don't lie on no application. I'm like, yo, don't lie, tell the truth. They got to have the right to know. And there been times that I've been hired and fired before my first day. Multiple different jobs. I ain't making it up because I might have had people in my life that witnessed multiple different times where that happened. But like, yo, you just happen to anybody you ever know? Nah, kind of not like that was crazy. They usually don't do stuff. Yeah. You got to live with the usually not. I know how ugly that could be. And that's all that really happened with Puff. A lot of the behind the closed doors things that everyday people indulge in. People you know indulge in. For the love of it. Motherfuckers, couples be out here thinking they fighting for the love of it. She can't wait go home beef with that nigga. He can't wait go home beef with her. That's your home girl. She just was over here fucking homie. took a shower, got in her car, went over there, her home, fucked her nigga. That's your bro. He just was on this side of the building, knocking down a crackhead at that. Ew. You knew your homie had knocked down the thing and went home to his queen.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Yeah, man, a lot of times people find out stuff, but I would choose not to be judgmental. Because I be running around hoping and, ooh, please don't let people be judgmental of me when they really find out. Some stuff is hard to explain. Especially when you older. Yo, right? Check it. One of the craziest sentences that I've said over and over again. Because I be tracking the things that come out my mouth that I say, right? I've been on job interviews and stuff, and we get into the nitty gritty, and they be like, and I be like, or just random person like find out like I'm talking to them, and I be like, I shot somebody and they died. Because I feel like if I say I shot, I'll be like, you know, I was young, I was a kid or whatever, and I shot somebody and they died. And I don't know why. To me, that sounds better than I killed a person or I murdered somebody by mistake or whatever the case may be, right? But I shot somebody and they died. I've said that enough times to people while not getting no clout from it, while not having a benefit, while it not mattering, while and got bad responses. Well, I just get it. Sometimes when I'm not aware of something because I don't got a particular experience, and it's funny, and I just get it, like, yeah. When I'm just more sensitive to the different ways of the word, and I gotta face it down, I just get it. I'm very humble. And sometimes for you to be like, oh, I kind of understand that situation, it ain't that deep, and not want to destroy a person, you just need a little bit of humility. I want to say that a lot of this started with people trying to get money from him. I do want to get to this sub double boo where we get to a lot of different stuff, and I want to do that on a different channel. But I got to get things corrected. However, if you change your algorithm up, you will find out that there's people out there who don't do it for the money. They usually be in good positions. Sometimes they're in a position less than the one they actually could be in. But they got a passion for something. There are some people out there who won't destroy you for fucking, will never do certain things to your life for money. But there are some who will. And I would venture to say there's never been a time in this whole social media way, there's never been a time where we didn't know when somebody was doing it. So how would that make us look that we still down to just tear you down? We sad, man.